Hey, comadres, and welcome back to your Ándale Pues podcast. I am your host, Rose.
And I'm your co-host, Jezebel.
And this is episode number 7.
Number 7. Lucky number 7.
Yes. And today, we're going to be talking about...
Stop glorifying being toxic because it is not cute.
Yeah, not. I mean, sometimes people play around being toxic like I do with my husband, but he knows I'm not serious about it, so he doesn't take
you're
it.
not truly toxic.
No, I just want to be funny, and he thinks it's funny. So.
And I feel like we've overusing the word too, like for everything. Ay, el tóxico, la tóxica. When it's not,
it gets on my fucking nerves already. Ya basta, you know.
Well, I think it gets more on my nerves because I feel like they don't know, like people don't know what true toxicity is.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like narcissist. Have you heard people talking a lot about like narcissist and calling everybody and their mom a narcissist just because
they don't have the same point of views as
that person pissed me off and I cut them off. Oh, they're a narcissist because they can't handle whatever. No, like narcissism is a fully diagnosed personality disorder. Like you can't just call yourself a narcissist, right? They can be manipulative. You can be
you can have narcissist traits, but that doesn't mean they're narcissists.
Right. No, I 100% agree. So I think we can go into talking about toxicity in relationships, specifically in the Hispanic community, because I really believe people think it's cute and people are proud of it.
Yeah.
And flaunt it like, ay, mi tóxica, or, oh, ya me está hablando la tóxica. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm just like, really? Like, how old are we?
Seriously. Yeah. So we came up with some examples of what it's like to be toxic in a relationship. And the first one that I got, and I feel like after all of them, I wrote, it's not cute. Or something like thinking, like talking about how it just is not cute.
Yeah.
But the first one is going to be being controlling over your partner and thinking that that's cute or that that's funny or that that's, you know, okay.
Right.
In a sense. And I come from that and it's a toxic trait and I'm not proud of it and I wish I could change it. And not necessarily being controlling, but more possessive.
Right.
Like, lo que es mío y no lo volteas a mirar, por favor.
I mean, we all have a little
of that.
I'm not going to say toxic because I don't think I'm toxic. I think I'm territorial.
That's a good spin on the word.
Yeah. I think I'm territorial. Like, Same. Don't fuck with my man because I'm going to fuck you up. Like,
dude, I'm sorry.
But if my man is hollering back at you, like, have him. Let me know that he's hollering back.
Es todo tuyo.
Yeah, te lo quedas.
Te lo regalo.
Yeah. But that's what I feel I am. It's territorial. Soy una pinche perra. No, yo no soy tóxica. Soy una perra.
Es una perra guagua.
Maldita.
Yes, dude. I am 100% with you. And I personally do think it's a little bit toxic on my end because I recognize it, okay? And I don't think it's cute. I wish I could change it. I wish I was not like this. But I don't like these fucking waitresses flirting with my man.
Oh, fuck no.
Now, if it's like a 60-year-old lady and she's like, hey, hon, can I get you your coffee or whatever? But like,
no.
If it's somebody within like the 40 and under range or maybe even 50 and under, depending on how pretty she is or whatever, don't flirt with my husband.
Yeah.
And don't flirt with him right there in front of me. Like, be nice and cordial or whatever, but like,
yeah, no.
And I wish I wasn't like that. I recognize
you know
that's a me problem.
My fucking husband, dude.
He is ponen atención.
No, he is the type that he's so nice that he'll sit there and fucking make jokes, and I'm like,
ay, sí, qué chistoso.
I'm like, ay, eres un comediante hoy, like, bájale la verga, you know? Maybe I'm a little toxic, a little bit, but
no,
but
same.
I'm like, no. And he'll tell me, ay, hoy comiste gallo. And I'm like, sí, y me como otro. Si
y
me
me
da la
como
gana, la
otro.
verga. Yeah.
Y síguele y me como otro. No, see, like for me now, this goes deeper. Like that's not something that I'm like ready to like talk about. But like for example, Twin Peaks, Hooters, places like that. Aside from everything, the couple times that I've gone, I see how these waitresses act. It's their job. I get it. But I am not going to put myself in a position where I go and I'm willingly sitting in a place like that next to my man where this person's boobs, plastic boobs, are all out
or
in your face.
Or on top of sitting on top of the table.
Yes. And they come up to the table and they'll be like, "Hi, hon, how can I help you? Or what would y'all like to drink today?" And they're like purposely going like that. I cannot. I wish I could be that cool person, but I'm not.
I'll be like, can you get your titties off the table for number one?
Number one, please.
Because
can you please get your boobs?
Because bitch, I'm about to eat there. Like, no, that's for number one.
But before I pop them.
Before I put a fork through them suckers.
I know. And dude, I really wish that I was not like this. I'm telling you, I really do. But listen, I'm working on it.
We're working on ourselves. We really are.
Maybe we should enter a 12-step program. But yeah, I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you kind of get a little bit weirded out by it?
Everybody does, because I had a person say, I believe if the man is allowed to do something, then it should be equal for the woman as well. So, for example, and when I read that, I was like, man, that is so true. Because you know what? If, for example, my man wanted to go have a beer with his friends at the bar or something, then okay, then I can do it too. That's how I see it. Like, if you can do it, so can I. Now, and I tell my husband, so before you do something,
think about it.
Then that you wouldn't want me to do, then don't fucking do it. Because if I find out you did it, then I'm going to want to do it. Not to get back at you, but so you can kind of get a taste of your own medicine, and you're not going to like it. So why do it? You know?
No, I agree. And I think it is like give and take a little bit too.
Pero gracias a Dios, dude. My husband is a fucking angel, literally. Like,
mine's a homebody too. That's like, the part where we would fight.
My husband no se sale. He doesn't. If anything, his friends will come over here and he's like, "Vente, mija, vamos a echarnos unas cervezas aquí," you know, whatever.
I love that.
But nunca es del tipo que se me sale for nothing. It's like, if we're going out, we're gonna go out together. You know, I mean, he's had people invite him and he's like, no, porque el niño que esto, o no, porque pues, si voy yo, va mi esposa. You know what I mean? And I respect that part because I'm like, that's how it should be for anybody. And that's where I see the respect between my husband and I. And that's a whole nother thing. Like, you have to, in a relationship should always be respect. And it starts with you. Because if there's no respect, then what are y'all doing?
And I think that's a good segue into like the next part where we were talking about cuando dijiste que tu esposo no se sale, you know, no andas teniendo que andar tras él.
No.
Ladies, please, for the love of God, I don't care how much you love this man. I don't care how long y'all been together. Don't go chasing these motherfuckers out at their little parties, at their sausage fest, at the bar, at somebody's garage, and be that toxic person that's like out there honking.
So ghetto.
Or que entran y like, for example, like if it was my husband, I'd be like, Emmanuel, salte, pero ya.
Hell no.
Salte de aquí.
That would be terms for fucking divorce or fucking breakup.
Shit.
Like, that's fucking tacky as fuck.
And
don't tell me you fucking. Oh, okay. I was like, don't tell me you've done it. No,
I've seen it firsthand. And I was small, and for me, that I will never. That like left me traumatized, like, because I was a little kid playing out there like with my cousins and stuff, and I saw it, and I was literally like thinking not that he was doing anything wrong or whatever, but I was literally thinking like, damn, calm down. Like, if she wants you to go home, just go home. Like, why are you making her come all the way out here to look for you? But now I'm realizing it's not necessarily the man's problem. It's the woman's problem por andar ahí. Y haciendo un pinche circo y escándalo. Dude, I can't.
Yeah. And you know what else I like about my husband? Well, actually, I love this about him, that when we're at somebody's house hanging out, drinking or whatever, because I'm not a big drinker anymore. I really am not.
Dude, you get over it. I'm still a little bit of an alcoholic. Like, I love to have a drink. But ponerme así hasta la madre otra vez, ni se antoja, dude.
No, and if I tell him I'm tired or mijo's getting fussy, let's go, he'll be like, okay. And he'll be like, oh, ya nos vamos a ir porque el chamaco ya está cansado y pues hay que jalar mañana, or hay que, no sé, you know.
Just to dip out.
But he doesn't fight me about it. He doesn't argue. He doesn't, like in past relationships or marriages that I've had, it's just like, it was a fucking pulling teeth. And sometimes in my first marriage, me mandaban a la casa sola. I mean, in that marriage, I had to take my own fucking vehicle.
Just to be able to get home.
Just to be able to get home if the kids would get fussy and the man would stay home, because...
Girl, see, we're kind of opposite.
And I'm not okay with that. And that was a big thing.
We're kind of opposite because I'm the more outgoing one. I'm the one who likes to be out. And Emmanuel would just be happy at home on his recliner with his kids sitting around him. Like, that's... I feel like... I always tell him, I feel like that's your dream life.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you get home from work... You eat whatever, and then you sit down. Y ahí están los niños, like, right in front of you, and they're quiet.
And I do, and I love going to hang out, and I'll have a few drinks. Don't get me wrong, I love hanging out and everything, but like that lifestyle of like staying up till whatever hours of the night, it's like I can't anymore.
And that's why I don't
so sleepy.
That's why I don't put myself in situations like that. Porque yo cuando la agarro larga.
No.
And I know that's not cute. Okay, I know that's not the things
that's her toxic trait.
Pero como dice Julián, y no me hace un diablo agarrar la banda si me da la gana.
Okay.
I'm serious, dude. Like, yo me ambiento. Yo ando en el ambiente, and dude, like, no hay quien me pare.
Really?
I get that from my dad. 100%.
No.
Like, I recognize that. But now, obviously, I'm older. I have a ton of kids now. Like, we've been married for a long time. I understand his boundaries. You know, he gives me a little bit of rope, but like, as soon as he sees that I'm kind of like getting a little bit too much,
happy?
like, yeah, como que ya lo miro.
He's on.
Yes, the way that he kind of starts to reel it in a little bit. And I appreciate that, right? Because, si fuera por mí, I'm telling you, I know that's not cool, but it's literally what it is. So, but yeah, don't, pero que me anden buscando, o que anden allá, like, you better get your ass outside right now, or hey, I'm outside, whatever. No,
That's so, it just makes you look stupid too,
so
as a woman.
Stupid. Y luego que andan el siguiente día, or like you go and you post that you're at church. A selfie with him at church. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just not.
Pues irían a pedir perdón por sus pendejadas.
We all see it, y'all. Yeah. We all see it, and it's just not. Listen, déjalo que ande ahí haciendo lo que le dé la gana, you know, whatever with whoever, and then the next day go to church.
¿Para qué lo dejaste ir?
Para que anden ahí haciendo circo, maroma y teatro. No, dude, that's just not, I can't. So, next on the list is being nasty to him or her y alabándole las acciones. And what I mean by that is you are talking shit to them, or you're like putting them down, or este pinche viejo panzón, or things like that when you're mad or you're angry. Or when they're insulting you, no, esa pinche vieja se pasa de madre, or esa pinche vieja es bien tóxica, and you're like, yes, the fuck I am. Like, I just don't think that that's cute.
Hey, speaking of the pinche viejo panzón, have you seen the memes that say, anoche me decías que you love my dad bod, and now I'm a pinche viejo panzón. Dude, those are fucking funny. People are fucking crazy. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Those memes get me all the damn time.
Because they're so true, too, right? But yeah,
we are like that. We are who we are.
Or la gente que se agarra chingazos with their partner.
Oh, no.
And, like, the guy will have a scratch or, like, something on his face or whatever. No, pues es que mi pinche vieja y yo nos agarramos anoche and pues ya ves. No, ma'am. No. Absolutely not. Like, that is just not ever okay. Like, no le alabes lo que te hizo.
No.
If that was me, I'd be like, oh, el gato me rasguñó. Or dude, then I'd stay my ass home. Like, you won't catch me outside.
And I wouldn't be posting selfies the next day all happy, having a Sunday fun day. like some of these
it's embarrassing.
Sunday fun day. Okay, but last night estaban como perro y el gato.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, no. I've seen people like fight in front of people. Like, one thing for me, like, if I have a disagreement with my husband, which I'm telling you, dude, I hardly,
he's so awesome.
But if I do, like, we talk it out in the bedroom, like, whenever we're by ourselves, not in front of the kids. We don't ever disrespect each other. We don't ever call each other names. Like, I'll be like, no seas mamón, but jugando, but never, like, with the malicia intention, or I never cuss at him or cuss him out or anything, because allí es donde empieza la falta de respeto, I've learned so much along the way with the relationships that I've had in the past, like, Dios me mandó este buen hombre, like, I'm gonna have to, like, take full advantage and just do things right, because this one's a keeper.
It's a keeper. So raise your hand if you've ever put your business out there and fought in front of people.
Yeah.
Nasty, dragged out fight. I'm telling you, thank you, Jesus, for deliverance, because I used to be a totally different person, and like there's people in our life that can vouch for that have seen, like, we were the couple. Well, I can't even say we were the couple. Like, I was the one who would ruin things porque me encabronaba, o algo no me parecía, o algo no me gustaba, and like somehow it was always Manuel's fault. And I feel so bad for him. Like, I feel the way that you are. Like, he's such a good man and he's such a good person. And, like, I have put him through a lot of crazy things. But now, I would never get into an argument in front of nobody. Like, our kids, maybe a disagreement or whatever. But, like, a fight. I mean, we hardly ever have them anymore. But we do. It usually happens, like, in the room, because, like, the kids get scared whenever, like, I raise my voice or he raises his voice. And like I said, it hardly ever happens, but, like, the kids kind of get freaked out about it. And I don't ever want my kids to think, like...
that's okay.
Yeah. No. So...
And me, going back, I wrote on here, I was like, I used to be a really jealous type of person before, because... I grew up with having some insecurities and having acceptance issues and just not feeling worthy enough. So all that makes you feel like you're not good enough. So that's why I felt like I was so jealous before. But it goes to, if the man is te valora, if he values you as a woman and as your partner, like, he's gonna respect you to where you do feel. Because now with my husband, dude, I don't feel not 1 ounce of jealous unless a bitch, like, at the restaurant tries to be too fucking friendly, and I'm just like, I'll, like, give her a stare down, like.
Everything she just said was like check, same for me, except that I'm over it. I wish that I was, but I am a very jealous person, and I do think it stems back to a lot of what you said. Like, obviously we had very different upbringings, but I still had those deep-rooted issues just because of different things going on. But to me, I really am, like, still jealous over him. Like, I just can't explain it. Like, that's mine. You know, I don't want him going and giving anybody else attention. Like, I don't.
Of course not. Hell no.
And here's one example of why I know that I'm still not over it, and it's really bad. During one of the sporting seasons, one of the moms, she got like real close with us, and she was like really super sweet. And she's not necessarily somebody that's our circle or our vibe, but she was really nice, and she was single at the time, and I just kind of feel like she just needed some good influences, right? So she had always offered to babysit the kids, like, so that we could go, because obviously I hadn't found out about this baby yet, or I wasn't pregnant with this baby yet, but we were wanting to like do more. I had been expressing to Emmanuel, like, okay, our kids are getting a little bit older, they're getting a little bit more independent, like I'd like for us to do more stuff together, like go out on dates or things with us by ourselves. And so obviously the biggest problem is always childcare. And so she had always offered, like, I don't know how that came up. And so we got her number, like me not thinking, I don't even remember specifically how it happened. But the next day, or not the next day, I'm sorry, a while later, we're all sitting around talking. She had come over. She had watched the kids. He had actually asked her for my birthday, hey, we're going to go get a massage or whatever. So can you watch the kids? And she was like, yes, of course. Well, a couple weeks later, we're all sitting around talking at this event, and he said something, and then he was just like, well, yeah, I saw that. That's why I sent you that meme, that Twisted Tea meme, because I saw it, and I was just like, oh my God, this is so her.
Oh, no.
Dude.
I would have lost my shit. Why the fuck do you have her number?
Well, that was the thing. Like, I will say, he was trying to do it as a surprise for me, because it was my birthday. And so I guess I thought we had gotten her number at some point, because I've always had it. But I guess like one of those instances where it came up at the sporting events, like she, you know, offered or said like, yeah, you know, whatever. And so that was it. Right. And I fully trust him. This is not turning into this other thing. But just the fact that he like sent, dude, it was like months before I was able to superar eso. Like, I was like,
why are you being so friendly? Like,
yes.
At what moment did you think that it was okay to send her a meme?
Exactly.
Because that opens doors.
Exactly. And so I remember as we were sitting there talking, and they started laughing, because I was like, oh yeah, that meme was so fucking funny, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And my eyes, dude. The lasers, like, and I'm trying to process all this, and I easily could have gone off right there, but I'm like, no, we'll talk about it. Girl, we got to the car, and I was like, the fuck was this? Like, what was this? He was like, oh no, it's because I ran into that meme or whatever. And then just because she's such a fan of Twisted Tea, and like I had just sent it to her or whatever, and like she just replied back LOL or something like that, something so dry, but no, that was it. So nonchalant, so not even thinking anything, right? But that's how I know. And I really wish that it wouldn't have bothered me, but it sure did.
Oh, that would have bothered me too, because like,
the fuck out of me, dude.
I can have her number, not you.
Exactly. And like I said, I mean, and he ended up getting it just because he was going to go do this surprise for me, and he did, and we went and got massages and everything was nice, and I loved it, but and that's when I was like thinking like, dude, I'm not over this. Like, I need to work through these deep-rooted issues of jealousy, because I was
See, I don't get jealous. Like, how can I say? Because I'm secure about my man. You know what I mean? And I know you are too. But my thing is, before, I was always traumada. Like, oh, if my old partners were on the fucking phone, I'd be like, who is he texting?
And I've never had to worry about that.
Because I was cheated on before. So that, you know, that...
Se te quedó.
Yeah, that traumatizes you.
Yeah.
So, but with my husband, I don't feel that way. You know what I mean? I'm like, and if he ever does, like, adios.
Yeah.
You know? Que Dios te lleve, you know?
Same, dude. And I don't ever have to worry about him checking who he's texting, or like going off calling calls that come in or whatever. That's just not something that I've ever had to worry about. Now, especially in our marriage, like very early on, yes, like there's other situations, and
Yeah.
But very, very early on, like way before when we had barely started talking.
Yeah.
And so now I just don't, that's just not something that I worry about. But my toxic trait is that I really am like jealous. And I always tell him, like, God forbid something were to happen between us. Like, these are the people I don't even want you fucking looking at, because this is maybe a little bit weird. But do you ever have that feeling about like just, I don't care who you get with if something were to happen between us, but just not this person?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not crazy for that, because he tells me I'm fucking crazy.
No, you're not, because I feel the same way, because I'm
like, get with whoever, like whatever you want to do.
Get with somebody new that I don't know, you don't know, somebody that you meet in the future, not anybody you already knew, because I'll come back to life and fucking just choke you out in your sleep.
I don't know, that for me it's just some people that I'm just like, dude, anybody but I know that's a me problem. Listen, I recognize that I've got issues in some instances, but so moving on, continuing with the subject of toxicity within relationships, how about in your parents' relationship? Because like for me, it was always like a fight with everything, because my mom would always just be like the video that I sent you, where it's like, ay no, tu papá es un santo, no podemos decir nada de tu papá porque tú luego. And it's the same to my brother. Like she just has this complex that we just don't love her as much as we love my dad. But I'm like, you're so wrong.
Right.
Like that's not.
Well, what
and it has carried on to me.
I don't have any, how can I say, experience
input on that one?
Input, because I was raised with my grandma. So, and the little time that I did spend with my dad was always working out of town. So, it's like,
yeah, well, it's not cute to carry that on to your kids. So, like, for us, she would always be like, and it was so flip-floppy. Like, that's the frustrating part about it, because it would just be like, no, su papá me lo respetan, su papá me lo cuidan, su papá es su papá. And I feel like I sound just like her, just talking like that. But oh no, like nomás se encabronaban, or he would do something she didn't like, or like she would talk to me about shit.
Era un pinche viejo panzón. Y era tu pinche papá, desgraciado.
Tu pinche papá, yes. So that was like her, kind of like some of the seed that she planted whenever I was younger that I just do not want to grow. Right. Like I just want to stay away from it. But it's just not cute. So, you know, even if you're fighting with your baby daddy or your kid's dad or your husband or whatever, like just try to keep it behind
on the down low,
closed
like
doors, or even if
your own space,
or even if your door is closed and you're screaming your head off and they can hear you, at least they're not like right there.
Yeah, but don't do that either, because that everybody's gonna know your business. And to me, nobody needs to know when y'all are fighting or when y'all have issues with each other, because that's how the chismes start. And then people love to fucking add shit to the mix, and it's like, for what, you know?
Sin saber también.
Sin
like
saber,
just over one
just
little thing.
Assuming just from the bits and pieces they heard, it blows up to be something else. And then everybody and their fucking grandmas know. Then you have to go explain yourself to everybody and their fucking grandmas.
And the grandmas.
And fuck that. And then people in different cities, your family in different cities end up finding out too, and then they start getting worried about you, want to know. No, like, no.
Well, it's like what you mentioned with when we were talking about the friendship and toxic friendship breakups, where it's just like, I think that's a perfect example, because she would tell you everything that was going on and everything, like you were kind of like in it, and you were always part of the breakups or like the fights and stuff, but you were never part of the makeups. And so a ti nunca se te pudo quitar lo que sabías que pasó, you know, or like the way that she was being treated, or, you know, how things were going. So I feel like that's a perfect example. Yeah. Like, you put your business out there, like people are going to be in your business and they're going to hear only the bad, but they're not going to be there for the good.
Yeah. Too. So, I mean, if she's watching, my bad that I feel the way I feel, but you made it this way, and the fact that you felt the way you felt after that happened, it was unacceptable for me because it was so extreme.
I know.
That
I can imagine.
That she wasn't even thinking about her children at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, like, my kids always come first. Like, and people think I'm a fracasada, or I can't keep a man because I get out of a relationship if I'm not happy and if it's toxic. Like, I get out of those relationships because it's too toxic for me. Imagine what it's going to do to my children. So I rather just take myself out of the equation. If I'm a fracasada, to whoever the fuck wants to call me that, lo soy a la verga. Y que tiene que te valga verga porque no me mantienes. Yeah. You know?
Dude, for real, like, I don't have that much experience, or actually any experience. Like, me and my husband have been together since I was 17. But for me, to think that I would do something to my kids, or that I would let my kids live through something like that, thinking that that's okay. And not specifically anything regarding to that, but like living through something traumatic that a man puts me through. And continuing como si nada hubiera pasado, like, I just cannot imagine a world where that would be okay. But did you hear the story of that lady? She had an 8-month-old baby. I think it was an 8-month-old baby boy. And the motherfucker told her, it's me or the baby.
Yes,
and she drowned it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, my God, dude. When I hear about stories like that, dude, I literally get sick to my stomach because I lost a son. And I wanted my son.
Por un pinche viejo,
when
dude.
People do shit like that, especially for a fucking man, dude, like, no.
Girl.
Bye.
And then they left him there while they were having sex.
Yeah.
Dude. Just sorry to bring down the mood.
Did you see that motherfucker?
Like,
dude, I was like, de perdida. I mean, not to fucking say it's okay, but like, if I would have... there's no fucking reason.
The answer is no.
No.
In no world is that okay. So moving on, I think our society is glorifying toxicity, and I can't give you a reason because I don't know the reason, but I think one of the things that plays into this is that it's cute to be toxic and controlling, and we're trying to market it and everything because, bro, have you seen the bumper stickers? The t-shirts, like, you will never, so bumper stickers in itself for me is going to be no. But to put gordita y tóxica and proudly flaunt it across the back of my or not the windshield, but whatever the back of the truck or Tahoe or whatever it is, absolutely not.
I seen this Chevy. It's kind of dropped, and on the driver's side it says El Tóxico on the window on the bottom corner, and on the driver's or the passenger side decía La Tóxica. And to me, I'm like, that is so fucking tacky.
So tacky, dude. And then have you seen the ones that say Tengo novia tóxica?
Yeah,
dude.
Like, okay, and like, that's not cute.
And I've never seen anybody actually get out of vehicles like this. I usually just see them driving down the road, but I'm thinking like, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Like, I do not want somebody to be like my toxic girlfriend and be all proud of it. Ew.
Hey, when I was single, this is fucking funny, but I thought it was fucking cute.
What?
I had a Chilindrina shirt, and she was like all tatted up because I am all tatted up too. And she looked so cute on the thing, and then on the bottom it said La Tóxica. But it wasn't because I was toxic. I just liked the shirt, you know? But I was single at the moment, so I was like, who am I being toxic to?
Would you put a bumper sticker on your Tahoe now?
I don't even have any type of bumper stickers. I don't like that shit. I feel like that ruins the vehicles, to be honest.
Also, another one is Busco Tóxica.
Oh, God.
Dude.
Yeah. Or the only gorditos or only gorditas or it's like an only fan or only Chevys, and that's so stupid. Like
Remember back
Okay.
in the day when they always had that little kid that would pee on, like if it was a Ford, it'd be peeing on
fuck Ford,
Chevy
fuck
or
Chevy.
like.
Yeah, it's so stupid,
I can't.
dude. Oh my god.
Okay,
Or
now
the big
listen.
last names in the back. Like, okay, yeah, basta.
I'm not gonna be a hypocrite, but those of y'all who remember me from high school know
God, I don't want to. Do I
that
really want to hear it?
that I had. No, yeah, because it's relevant to bumper stickers, not toxica, but I just don't want to be a hypocrite because I want to acknowledge that it was me at one point. A lo mejor por eso me asqué con tantas cosas, because I did do a lot of things and now I'm just like, oh my God, no. But I had a little Chevy Cobalt that my parents got for me, you know, right before I graduated, and I thought it was the coolest thing at the time to have like ojinaga on the back,
no, she
or
fucking
on top of the windshield.
No.
I'll see if I can find a picture, but I wanted to because my maiden name is Escontrias, so I wanted to put Escontrias on a curve on the back windshield. Yes.
No.
And my dad was like, mija, no. Está bien que sí, pero no.
Van a saber
Mama.
que eres tú
Yes.
every time.
And they're like, no que andes haciendo algo mal, pero todos van a saber y vas a ir y todos. It's like a mark on you, right? And like now I'm thinking like he's kind of referring like as a tramp stamp, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
But I was adamant about it. Like, we were doing this. Well, I didn't end up getting my last name or Ojinaga or Chihuahua on top of my windshield.
Thank God.
But I did get like a sticker, like sort of like a tribal butterfly.
Well, I'm glad you got it on your car and not on yourself.
Yes, dude. And
tribals are ghetto now.
I walked I drove the shit out of that little car. I loved that car so much, and I loved the bumper sticker, but I will never put another bumper sticker, or not bumper sticker, but any sort of decal on a vehicle. But yeah, that was me.
You know what? I did want to get Andale Pues decal with our QR code, but it wasn't going to be like super big. I looked at the magnets and stuff to put on the car, just our QR code, but then I was like, no, because it's going to scratch up our car. And then I wanted to get those cling ones, but I was like, no, I'll get them and I'll put them on my mirror at work, at the salon, and people can just like scan it there. And,
that would be good because you have so much traffic in there. Yeah,
so that's what I'm going to do. But on my car, I'm like, I could not fucking label my car like that because that's so tacky. And then if I'm driving down the road and I have some road rage or somebody fucking cuts me off, I get pissed and then I fucking
that's what my dad said
make
too.
my moves, you know, that I shouldn't do. They're gonna know who the fuck I am. ¿Y para qué?
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I had somebody road rage me the other day. Kind of like your story, but not that extreme from when that happened. But we pulled up to the same, like they were bobbing and weaving and like hauling ass. And then we pulled up at the same stoplight. Like for what?
Like, hi. Like,
Idiota.
are you kidding me?
But the last bumper sticker that I had written on here is La Tóxica de tus sueños. I've seen that
Shut
too.
up.
I kid you not. It's not cute, friends.
No.
Like, just don't. It's number one, decals on your car are just not it. And two, stop glorifying toxicity.
You know what? Alan had it. I don't know if he still has it on his little car, but he got it when he was 18. So, I mean, that's kind of like, but it's
like a rite of passage. So now that we've covered toxicity in relationships, glorifying the toxicity, and putting stickers on your car that say you're toxic, why don't we talk a little bit about some of our toxic traits that we have and see if anybody like resonates or like you resonate with some of the ones that I've got written down. So number one is being jealous as fuck. That's literally what I wrote. I want to get over it. I'm trying, but I think it's going to take a little bit of inner work.
I'm not jealous as fuck anymore. I might be a little jealous, but it depends on the circumstance and the situation. Yeah. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
So another one of my toxic traits, and this one's funny, like I can't even, say anything about this one, but I'll stop for coffee before I'll stop for gas.
Oh yeah.
Like 150%. Like
Yeah.
I hate pumping gas, and like I'll do anything until I just like have to.
Yeah.
And I wish that I wasn't, because Manuel will be like, well, you need to, what if there's an emergency and like you have to take off or whatever, and then you still have to go somewhere to put gas? I'm like, I guess I'll deal with it when the time comes, because.
So I have a really bad toxic trait.
Okay. No asustes.
No. Sometimes I don't want to cook dinner.
Same. Continue.
So, like, I'll ask everybody, like, what do y'all feel like eating? And the kids will be like, oh, buy some pizza. I'm like, okay. So I'll order pizza, but then I'll go have something I want to have. But
when you go pick it up.
Uh-huh. And I'll have it, and then I come home and I'm just like, enjoy your pizza.
Give them pizza.
No.
So what is it like to have? Well, it'll be like Chick-fil-A.
I love
like
Chick-fil-A.
same.
I love the Chinese food from the mall, dude.
Dude,
Their jalapeno chicken with some rice.
I like Panda.
You like Panda?
I love Panda.
You know, when I was pregnant with Rain, I craved Panda Express all the fucking time.
I love Panda.
That's when I was like, what the fuck?
I love China Mix.
Because forever.
But it's far as hell.
Forever, like a week straight, just craving fucking orange chicken with fucking rice. For a whole week.
Sounds so good right now.
No, I love the mall jalapeno chicken. Jalapeno chicken.
Jalapeno.
With fried rice, dude. Dude, you need to try it.
I'm
You're
more of a noodle
love it.
type of person.
Okay, myself. Then have your fucking noodles. But the chicken, dude, the jalapeno noodles. I mean, chicken. Oh my God, it's fucking the bomb. So if y'all haven't had it, go have it because it's good.
She can't even talk straight because she's just thinking about it.
My mouth is fucking. Well, yes, I'm all trying to fucking swallow and shit. But yeah, I'm getting her pregnancy cravings because we spend too much time together.
You need to take a second to compose yourself.
I'm good now.
Another one of mine is that he can't get mad at me without me getting mad back at him for getting mad at me.
Oh God. Yeah, she's fucking toxic.
Because I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect, but like I'm of the mindset that if you're gonna point out my flaws, I need you to point out my positives.
Yeah,
too.
Because then I'm gonna point out your flaws.
So then, if you're only pointing out my flaws all the time, like when you point them out, I'm gonna get mad at you for pointing them out because you can never. If that makes any sense, it makes sense in my head.
It makes sense, but that's a lot.
This one is one that you and I share. I just know it without even saying it out loud. But me vale verga todo.
Todo.
I truly do not give a fuck. Like, se está acabando el mundo, no? Pues, bueno.
Ni modo.
Like,
que Dios nos ayude a todos.
Well, and I think too, like, on a more serious note, I really have that toxic trait where, like, if people, or not people, but like if I see a sad video on the internet about something, I don't cry.
I do.
I don't.
I'm an emotional bitch.
You are. But the only videos that make me cry, like, I swear the only videos that I can cry to are military coming home videos. Anything else, I'm like dead inside.
Really?
I am dead inside.
I'll be watching TikToks and then I'll be like, I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm all into it. And then all of a sudden this freaking sad ass shit comes on where the fucking guy's offering a little kid money. He's like, no, I'll give it to somebody else. Yeah. And then I'm like,
dude, I do. I think I'm just dead
cry
inside.
Like no, I cry. Yeah, no.
Or like if I see a stray dog, I'm like, ay, Diosito, manda a alguien que le ayude.
You know, but if I see homeless people here, I don't feel bad anymore because they're fucking scammers.
A lot of them are scammers,
unless it's a veteran and he's missing a limb, like, I'll buy you food. But for any other motherfuckers, no, I don't. Not anymore. I used to, but not anymore.
Yeah, but I wish I cared. Like, I really do. Like, I want to care, but I just do not.
No, yeah, a
At
mí me
all.
vale verga, like, what people say about me,
Mhm.
what people think about me, or about my marriage, or how I'm doing anything in general. Like, si me valga,
Verga me.
si me vale verga a mí, que también te valga verga a ti.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Exactly. So we already talked about fighting in public.
Yeah,
You'll never
that's-
catch me
that's-
fighting in public.
You know, another thing of mine is I've never liked when, okay, so I'm a hairdresser, and sometimes women come in and they're like, oh, I want to do this and that, but my husband doesn't want me to, or no me deja, and I'm like, bitch, that's your fucking hair. Like, you make that decision. Make that
That's true.
decision for yourself, because you're the one that's gonna wear it. Like, if this is gonna make you feel better, fucking do it. And es mejor pedir perdón que pedir permiso. Y
That's
aparte,
true.
it's your fucking hair. Like, he shouldn't have a say in how you want to wear your hair.
Yeah.
Like, ya, si vas a gastar pinche $2,000 en extensions, pues todavía consúltalo con él. But
Well, yeah, because that's something long term.
that's long term, and it costs a lot of money. But other than that, like, que te valga verga. Just do what you want. Make yourself happy, because you're the one that's gonna wear your hair. That's one thing. Or clothes. Like, oh, my husband wouldn't let me wear that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if it's not so bad or so revealing, like, why the fuck not?
I already told my husband I'm pretty much going to be like half naked all summer because being pregnant
Yes.
in the summer heat
No.
of Texas, like, I literally told him, I was like, I'm going to be in dresses. I'm going to be in, what's it called? The biker shorts and just tank tops, because I literally can't.
Yeah.
But I know that there's some guys who are like, oh, pues, ¿a dónde vas vestida así? ¿O dónde crees que vas? Or, no.
And another thing, a todos nos gustan que los hombres nos celen o sean un poquito tóxicos con uno, because it makes us feel like, oh, shit, you know?
He still cares.
But, quedito, you know?
Yeah. Bájale.
Quedito, suavecito.
Like, don't tell me what to do, but I want you to pretend like you were going to.
Yeah, but
Or
I'm
you
not
were
gonna.
almost going to. This one is so big for me, and I feel like you too. I can hold a grudge like nobody's business. I recognize that that's a bad trait in myself, but dude, me la haces una vez ahora y nunca te doy la oportunidad que me lo vuelvas a hacer.
I don't call mine grudge. I call mine resentment.
I guess it's this. I could be the same.
It could be the same, but not the same. Grudge
I feel like resentment is more emotional. Like, te lastimaron.
because I'm a emotional person, and you're more of a hija de la chingada, you know? So this girl
Nailed it right on the dude. But for real, like, te digo, tú me la haces una vez y yo no te vuelvo a dar la oportunidad que me la hagas otra vez. And like they say, shame me once or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Like, no, ma'am.
But you know what? I've been really big on giving people second chances, sometimes third, and it's like, yeah, I'm done giving people the benefit of the doubt. It's like, you fucked me over, or you fucked my husband over, my kids. Oh, my kids, girl. Olvídate. Like, when it comes to my fucking kids, when it comes to my kids, girl, that's one line no fucking body wants to cross. And that's where I draw the line. Don't fuck with my kids, because Mama Bear will come full force, and you're not gonna like
Y no me ganas.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody.
There's things like, for me, like, no me ganas.
No.
And I may be wrong as hell. I may be like totally off, pero no me ganas. Just because I fucking said no me ganas. Or that's how I feel about, my kids. So
like today, really quick, Julian, this teacher called me for Julian. He's like, yes, I just wanted to let you know Julian left 3 minutes early for my class after I told him not to leave. And I'm like, Julian's not that fucking stupid, because he knows I will fuck him up, you know? So I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, because I know Julian better than that. Like, Julian is, how can I
rule
say?
follower?
Yeah. And he's a bit of a puss, you know? He really is, because he knows how I am. I'm like, dude, make good choices every fucking day. I don't want these motherfuckers calling my phone
Mm-hmm.
and wasting my motherfucking time.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't. And he knows. So I called him and I was like, why the fuck did you leave 3 minutes early from your class? Like, I have this motherfucker calling me. Like, what the fuck? He's like, no, Mom, I didn't, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I was standing at the door when the bell rang, and then I walked out. And I was like, well, no, Julian, you sit your ass down when the bell rings, then get the fuck up, you know? And he's like, well, no, Mom, but I hadn't walked out, but he said I left and blah, blah. I was like, well, he said you left. So that pissed me off because the teacher was lying on him, because Julian came in with fucking receipts, dude. And
I forgot them on Snap o algo.
Yeah. And his little friend was like, hey, did Mr. So-and-so call your mom and say that we left the class when we're literally standing at the door? And Julian's like, yes, he freaking called my mom, and now my mom's mad at me. And she was like, oh, why are these teachers like that? They're just they used a fucking kid term,
Gen Z word.
Yes. And I was like, okay. And I didn't ground Julian because, you know, he came in with receipts, you know, but I'm like, why do these fucking teachers lie, you know?
I don't know what that situation was, but in my opinion, I feel like a teacher doesn't call unless they're fed up with stuff. And it could have been that Julian got the brunt of it, or it could have been that they've been letting a lot slide and this was just kind of like a thing. Because, like,
I don't know.
That would be my...
But I'm telling you, dude, Julian's such a puss that I know he wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't know what the fuck he's capable of when he's not in my presence. But he knows if the teacher threatened him to call me, he wouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? I just feel like people le agarren tirria a Julian right away because he's such a fucking clown. Like, he makes jokes out of everything. But anyway, I was just like annoyed by that. When it comes to my kids, I just don't lie on my kids. Don't fuck with my kids.
Yeah. So the whole holding grudge thing, I just feel like, and I know we covered a lot of it in a couple of the episodes since we're already on 7 now.
I know,
ya ni me acuerdo cuál era. But what we were talking about, like, that people know what they're doing. And so for me, that's why, like, my fuse is so short, because I just don't have the energy for that. Like, I don't want to go home to my husband and be like, dude, well, this and this happened and it just makes me so sad or whatever. To me, I'm just like, okay, you made your bed, now you gotta lie in it, or, you know, like, I'm not gonna allow you to ever lie to me again or treat me whatever way or like anything like that. So for me, it's just like immediate cutoff. And I wish that I wasn't like that. I wish I gave more chances, but
no. And like I said, I've given chances and chances and chances, and like,
how many times out of those chances do they keep disappointing you?
Oh, all of them. So I got to the point where I'm like, no. After I got married with Raul and knowing how hard he goes for me, I'm like, I don't need no fucking buddy else. That's my rock right there. Like, he goes so hard for me, and he has my back wholeheartedly, that I'm like, I don't need no fucking buddy else. Everybody can kiss my ass. I'm good. Like, I'm living good. My husband's good to me. My kids are good. They're healthy. They're great, you know? And that's all that matters.
Exactly. So, do you have anything else that you...
no, that's it.
Can think of that you're toxic about, but...
You know, maybe like family, like whenever... For example, my husband, like, sometimes likes to let family run all over him. And I have to step in and be like, no seas tan pendejo.
But then you're the bad guy. That's the thing that sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I'm okay with being the bad guy.
My husband sees it now.
Is he starting to?
Yeah, sometimes my husband's like, no, sí tenías razón, es que esto o aquello. And I'm like... You know, I'm like, okay. You know.
I have a brother-in-law that for everything, like, I don't know if he gets blamed for everything or whatever, or where this even, like, came from, but for everything, he'll say something or he'll do something and somebody will snap back at him or say something about him, but he'll be like, but I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad. And I'm so like that too. Like, it's fine. I'm the bad guy. Do whatever you want, but this is where I stand.
Yeah. No.
But yeah.
And people just...
I'm fine with being the bad guy. It's cool.
And my toxic trait también is that soy bien franca. Like, I'm so upfront about anything. Like, I'm too honest sometimes, and people get their feelings hurt, and I'm like, no, I'm not telling you this to hurt your feelings. I'm telling you this because I care about you.
Yeah.
And it gets misconstrued as being rude or being ugly, and it's not. It's just I'm very
because people
honest.
Can't handle the truth, dude. Either they can't handle it, or they just don't want to face it, or that's not something that they want to do. Because to me, I'm the same way as you. Like, you ask me for your opinion, or you're telling me something, and I'm sure I've even said it with you. Like, are you wanting me to just listen, or are you wanting me to give you my opinion? You have. Because I'll tell you, like, and if I agree with you, I agree with you. And if I don't agree with you, like, I'm going to tell you why I don't or what. And
that's why I go to her many times for advice. Because sometimes in my head, I'm like, okay, you know, this is right. And we just talked about this, me being petty earlier today. Not today, but another day. But I'm like, you know what? I was petty. And she's like, yeah, you were petty. But, you know, it was petty needed to be due in that circumstance. But, you know, she tells me the truth all the time, even if it bugs me or hurts me, or sometimes I don't.
She was so set on something, and I'm like, dude, like the situation with what you were having done, like what they were making for you, that I was just like, dude, that's really mean.
Yeah.
That's like cruel, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that she did see a different side of it, because I think what she was going to do was, or what she was going to have put on this object was really mean. But I think she had a change of heart, and she changed it to something else. And when she changed it and was like, hey, well, now we're going to put this, I was like, yes, I see. That's like a good one, without being cruel or ugly.
The one that I wanted to
didn't go.
See it didn't go, but I did post pictures, and she was all in her feelings about it.
Also, please, speaking of that, guys, if you hate somebody, if you don't like somebody, stay the fuck away from them. That includes social media. Stay away. How is it that you are more in my business of what I post? Back to another episode where we discussed this. I post what I want you to see.
Yeah.
You are never going to see me down. You are never going to see me sad. I mean, if I'm talking about something sad, then yeah, but me puedo estar muriendo, me está llevando la chingada, y tú nunca lo vas a saber.
Exactly.
So for what?
Yeah.
Tell me, for what?
Yeah, people waste so much time. Like, I mean, catching somebody accidentally liking a post and then deleting it because they were lurking, like that. To me, I was fucking dead today. I was like, wow. And then, I don't know. I'm just like, you know, if you're sitting there preaching on social media about being so godly and being this and being so mature and like, shut the fuck up and stop posting everything on Facebook, and stop fucking posting your life or acting like you're the big bad wolf, like you're gonna beat so many people up. Like, sit the fuck down, you're girl,
please. Or like, be like us and post what you want people to see, not what you think that you're trying to portray yourself as. Like, that's where people fucking go wrong. Because to me, you're not big and bad. Trust me.
No, because to me, it's like, if you're so big and bad, then come address it to me.
Yeah,
I wish you would.
Or two, the rage that like you feel, or that I feel for whatever, it's going to come out at the wrong time. And you just don't want the wrong person to be on the other side of that, too.
Yeah.
Speaking of one more toxic trait that I didn't even think about. Rage. But like, it on the road. Like, for me, if I were to ever get hit by somebody who was on their phone, or it was like a stupid thing where no estaban poniendo atención, yo me tengo miedo yo misma. because of the rage.
Yeah.
That the rage that I feel when we almost collide,
dude,
or when something almost happens,
kids,
me da un pinche coraje,
dude,
que no lo puedo
especially if my
explicar.
kids are with me in the car.
Dude, I remember at the old company we used to work at, when they opened the new yard, we were all sitting around and we were talking about that. And I literally had told the guys, we were talking about how I don't like to be scared, which that's, I guess, a whole other topic. But this other one where I was like, dude, yo le tengo mucho miedo que alguien me vaya a pegar, like in the car, or me choquen, because I just feel like the rage and the adrenaline would get the best of me, dude. And I feel like I would go get somebody by the hairs and drag them out, like, and beat their ass for being so fucking stupid.
Yeah. And see, me, it's different. Now, if I'm by myself, I get really bad anxiety when somebody's about to hit me, because I have like super awful PTSD still.
I can imagine,
almost 7 years later, because of my car accident. But when I'm with my kids and somebody's on their phone not paying attention, or just not paying attention, and they are about to hit me, if they were to hit me, like the rage that I would have because my kids are in there with me, like the ¿cómo se dice? Like trauma they're gonna cause on my kids because of your negligence,
stupidity. Yeah,
that's gonna cause me to get the fuck out of my car and want to beat your ass. Yeah,
we can't be alone.
No, we can't.
This. Like, I don't have PTSD from an accident like that, but for me, it's the rage. Like, pon pinche atención. Like, you're driving a freaking 20,000 pound or more vehicle. The fuck, dude? Like, pay attention.
Yeah, those messages can fucking wait. Or if you're on the phone, put it on fucking Bluetooth or speaker, or wear some fucking headphones like the Cubanos, because because all lives matter.
They love their headphones or headsets.
Like these with the little mic. Like, they're like so cheap at fucking Burlington's. I've seen them.
But for real, like, you may be able to hear their entire conversation from where they're talking, but they drive safe.
Yeah.
Okay. They might get in an accident and they're still going to continue the conversation, but it wasn't because they weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. So, all right. I think that's a wrap on toxic traits. So leave us some feedback. Let us know if you relate to any of our toxic traits or some of the things that we talked about regarding like the relationships, and and if you're still doing some of these things, let's try to work on it. Bájale poquito.
Poquito y se más quedito. If you can relate to any of this, like, please tell us, because we want to know that we're not alone with this, and we love reading y'all's comments. Dude, and replying to you guys and knowing how y'all feel. I've had so fun. So many people message me about your song, your freestyle song that turned out it was existent.
I told you I heard it somewhere. That's why I was so sure.
So yeah, it was so much fun reading the feedback and stuff. So yes, keep sending that in, and share, and invite your friends to subscribe.
Yes. And if you're a celosa like me, like, just let's work on it, okay? Let's have like a couple check-ins.
Yeah.
Once a month. Like, hey, did anything trigger you? But no, it's fine. I know it's a me problem, and we're going to get through it.
We can do an intervention.
Yeah.
All
right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.